Turned out to be a gorgeous night for a baseball game in downtown Cleveland as you get a look at the records of the Rangers and the Indians. Some storms were in the area, but right now it's all clear. And the Tribe in Texas set to open a 3-game series beginning tonight at Progressive Field. Indians wearing the blue jerseys. Aaron Laffey will be on the hill for Cleveland, trying to equal what he did last Wednesday when he went 8 innings against the Minnesota Twins. Here's the lineup the Rangers will use against him. It's Vizquel at second base leading off, then Michael Young, who's really played well against Cleveland and having a great season. Marlon Byrd, Andrew Jones, the DH tonight, then Josh Hamilton. Hank Blaylock's at first, David Murphy in left, Jarrett Saltalamacchia catching, and Elvis Andrus, the rookie, at shortstop.
Aaron Laffey making his 10th start this year, 16th appearance. He has a 5-3 record, 3.58 ERA. Laffey coming off a terrific start, a career-high 8 innings in his last start against the Minnesota Twins. He gave up 6 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. Walked, run, and struck out 5. So Aaron Laffey, a very good start. See if he can duplicate that against an offense that can be very tough to pitch to. Let's take a look at the Indians' defense, brought to you by the Indians Team Shop, where you can get 2 baseballs for $14. In the outfield from left to right, it's Crow, Sizemore, and Chu. On the infield, Peralta's at third, Cabrera at short, Valbuena at second, Marte is at first, and Shopping behind the plate.
Here's the umpires for tonight's game. We'll see behind the plate. Mark Wegner, Rob Drake is at first, Jeff Kellogg at second, and Tony Randazzo is at third base. And the Rangers and Indians getting set to open this one up. A 3-game series. There's Ron Washington, the manager of the Rangers. He's been pretty pleased with his team lately, especially what they did against the Angels this past weekend.
They have done some damage to the Angels this year. They have beaten them up in their own division. They're 9-3 against the Angels.
And you probably hear that applause in the background. That, of course, for Omar Vizquel, who's leading off tonight for the Rangers, playing at second base. And like when he came back in town with the Giants last season, Rick, he's got a warm greeting, to say the least.
That's nice. Very nice. A guy that's always will be loved here in Cleveland.
Omar Vizquel, of course, a fixture in those 90s teams. All set for the first pitch from Aaron Laffey tonight to Omar Vizquel. That's up high for a ball, 74 degrees. Almost a perfect night right now for baseball.
Yes, it is.
There's strike one to Omar Vizquel. Omar, of course, played 11 seasons here in Cleveland from 94 to 2004, and he's done pretty well lately, batting .316 in his last 9 games. He serves that one into center field for a base. So that's typical Omar right there.
Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head. Served it. That's exactly what he did. He got a pitch out over the plate and just guided it up the middle. So Omar starts his ball game off with a base hit. I don't know how else you could say it. That ball down and away. Very good pitch. He just hit it off the end of the bat and cued it into center field.
So Vizquel, the leadoff batter aboard for the Rangers, as we see the most hits by a switch hitter all time. And look who's there. Omar Vizquel is in 5th place.
It's amazing, isn't it? 2 of those guys played up the middle here for a while. Robbie Alomar and, of course, Vizquel.
Now Michael Young, the batter, looks at strike one from Aaron Laffey. Michael Young making that move to third base, and he's really, Rick, we were talking before the game today, really playing well this year, just a professional hitter.
He hasn't made a mistake. He has 140 hits this year, hitting .323, and he's doing an outstanding job at third base. Initially, when they wanted to bring Anderson, he balked at it. You know, he did not want to move because he won his first Gold Glove at shortstop, and then they say, hey, we want to move you to third base. This guy, he's a 200-hit guy. Last year was the first time in the last 5 years he did not get 200 hits.
1-1 hit to second, double play ball. Valbuena trouble getting out of the glove, and that'll allow Young to be safe at first. But they cut down the lead runner, Omar Vizquel, at second for the first out of the ball game.
Yeah, there it was. That was Laffey's patented double play ground ball. It's just that Valbuena couldn't turn it. Got stuck in his glove. He has induced 15 double plays, and that's all it took right there. Michael Young beats it out. Sometimes it's that double play you don't turn that gets you into trouble.
So we'll see if that comes back to haunt the Indians here in the first inning as Marlon Byrd steps in, the center fielder tonight for the Rangers. And Marlon Byrd, you want to talk about hot. As he looks at a ball high from Laffey, he has a hit in his last 11 games. During that time, batting .358 with 3 homers, 3 doubles, 10 runs batted in, and 4 runs scored. This is a guy right now you probably don't want to see at the plate with anybody on base.
Well, that's why he's hitting third. And, you know, he's done a nice job filling in when Hamilton was out for a while with injuries. And now Nelson Cruz has been out, you know, for a week or so. And this guy has really gotten better and better every year.
And Ian Kinsler out tonight for the Rangers, so they need a guy like Marlon Byrd to deliver. And so far he has. You see his numbers there on this 11-game hitting streak. And now he's in a hitter's count with 1 out here in the first inning.
The one thing I can say, I'm glad we do not have to go back to Texas this year, because that ballpark, I mean, that ball just flies around. It's always in the top 3 in home runs allowed, and those guys, it makes for a very long game. It's a fast infield. It's a fast field.
3-0 pitch is inside, so ball 4 to Byrd as he walks on 4 straight pitches. That'll push Michael Young up to second base, and now the Rangers with runners at first and second and 1 away here in the first inning.
Now, the one thing about, you talk about this Texas Ranger ball club, they can hit. They're number 1 in home runs. They have 171 as a team, but they lead the league in strikeouts, 884 strikeouts. They trail they're ahead of Tampa Bay, who has 883, and then it's the Indians with 840 as a team.
Now Andrew Jones batting cleanup, designated hitter tonight, and he's been struggling of late. Just 4 for 28 in his last 8 games. It's a 143 average. And he'll take a ball from Aaron Laffey. So Aaron Laffey now a little control trouble here in the first inning.
Well, he's a guy that he knows he's got to throw strikes and pound the strike zone. But, you know, with a team like this, that can do it to you. Yeah, so Kelly Shabak's going to jog out there and let him know.
And after watching Aaron pitch last Wednesday against Minnesota and to go those 8 innings and look so good, are you a bit surprised he's struggling here to start?
Not really. A lot of times, from start to start for a starting pitcher, you don't know. You got to get a feel. I don't care. You can come right back, and it was on the same mound. Sometimes you have it, and sometimes you don't, and you can't tell from from coming out of the bullpen.
A couple of weeks ago against Seattle, he had a rough first inning against the Mariners, gave up 3 runs, but then the next 5 innings didn't give up a run.
That's what happens sometimes with a young pitcher. We went, where were we, in L.A. when Shopik had a couple of pass balls, gave up a couple of runs. He settled in. So he has had some problems in the first inning. And then once he gets through that, he seems to settle down a little bit. But you can't let a team like this intimidate you. You got to stay aggressive.
There's Josh Hamilton. He's on deck, and 3-0 to count here to Andrew Jones. There's a strike. So 14 pitches now for Aaron Laffey. 9 of them have been balls. So 3-1 to Jones. Rangers at first and second, 1 away here in the first inning. And just a bit up. So ball 4 to Jones, the second walk of the inning. And now the bases are loaded with 1 out here for Josh
Carl
Hamilton.
Willis will come out now. I figured that because Aaron Laffey's not a guy that walks guys. If you're going to get to Aaron Laffey, normally he'll give up base hits or ground ball base hits, but you don't give the free passes. And this all coming off that ground ball double play that was not turned. Got stuck in the glove of Valbuena for whatever reason. But now he's in hot water in the first inning.
So Aaron Laffey will try to get it calmed down here with the bags juiced. Josh Hamilton is the batter, and Josh Hamilton, boy, what a story on him. There's so many angles to cover with Josh Hamilton, Rick, but probably the most interesting thing this year is that he's only batting .235 with 8 homers and 33 runs batted in versus last season when he really had a career year.
Well, injuries. The injury bug has gotten to him this year. You know, and everybody talked about that trade with him coming from Cincinnati for Edison Volquez. Well, now Volquez is out, and he's going to miss a whole year with Tommy John surgery coming out. This guy's missed a good portion of the year because of injuries. You have to wait and see what happens.
Laffey to work from the windup.
There you go. Back to the full. Yeah, I like that.
Got him to foul it off. Now, Josh Hamilton had a modest 4-game hitting streak snapped on Sunday. He went 0 for 4 with a walk and a strikeout. But before that, the previous 4 games, he was hitting .467. So you throw out Sunday's game, and Hamilton has been finding his stroke lately. Right back up the middle.
There it is.
Could be 2 to second one. On to first. It's a double play, and the Indians are out of the inning. Rangers fail to score with the bases loaded here in the first. Indians coming to bat as Asdrubal Cabrera in the 2-hole. To the bottom of the first inning, the Rangers scoreless in the top half of the first, and the Indian starting lineup presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive, proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians. It'll be Sizemore, Cabrera, Chu, then Peralta, Hafner, Valbuena, Shoppy, Crow, and Andy Marte. Hitting in the 9-hole as Sizemore leads it off and lets it strike 1 from the right-hander Dustin Nippert, making his first ever appearance against the Tribe.
This guy's been a fill-in anytime Vicente Padilla, who was designated. There's a little flare out. Let's check out the Texas defense for you. They're rated 7th in the league. They have made 66 errors. Murphy in left, Bird in center, Hamilton is in right. Young at third, Andrus at short, Vizquel at second, Blaylock at first, Saltalamacchia behind the plate. And that's some letters. That's the longest name in the league.
You use that for Scrabble, I think you'd be in good shape.
Yeah. Dustin Nippert making the start. His 5th start this year. He's done a nice job filling in and trying to stretch him out. He started the year out on the disabled list on the 15-day DL with a strain in his back, and they transferred him to the 60-day back in April. But, boy, he's come back and he's filled in nicely.
Sure has. His last start came a week ago yesterday in place of Kevin Millwood. And he went 5 scoreless innings in the 3-2 loss to the Oakland A's. But so far, Dustin Nippert this season, Rick, has done for the Rangers what they hoped he would. He's 28 years old.
Right.
Hasn't played a lot in the majors, but this season looks to be putting it together. Now Asdrubal Cabrera with a 1-2 count.
You know, sometimes it takes a while for some kids mature a little later. He's a long, lanky guy. He's getting that up there in the mid-90s right now, and he jammed Grady, and you can see Cabrera's beating it off his body.
Oh, that'll hurt. The count will stay at 1-2 on Asdrubal Cabrera.
That ball down. That's right into Cabrera likes that pitch down, but it went right off his foot, so he doesn't like that one.
What a little too low.
Yeah. Well, it was okay to swing at it, but not where it landed, right on your foot.
Cabrera on a 5-game hitting streak, 10 for his last 19.
Yeah, he's really been swinging the bat well. He hit third in the lineup over the weekend in Chicago for a game or so.
A low pitch grounds that one to second base. An easy play there for Omar Vizquel. 2 away here in the Indians' half of the first inning. That'll bring Shin-Soo Choo to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. There's the numbers on Shin-Soo Choo at home this year, batting .286 with 7 home runs. So 2 outs, nobody on here in the first inning at Progressive Field, the opening game of a 3-game midweek series between the Rangers and Indians. And Choo jumps on the first pitch to left. Late break, and it'll be a base hit. Left fielder there, David Murphy, Rick, got a late break on it. I don't know if he saw that off the bat.
Well, it was just flared in there. You're playing Choo a little deeper, a guy who can drive the ball to left center field. That's going to be a base hit anyway. But this guy's not afraid to go in there. He gets down on the trademark. And you can see in comes Murphy. And sometimes the swing of the hitter will fool you. You know, you think that ball is going to carry a little bit further than what it does, and that just bloops in.
So Shin-Soo Choo aboard, has a decent lead at first base, and of course he's been well with the stolen bases this year, and he faked a steal there. Instead he heads back, and Johnny Peralta, the cleanup hitter tonight for the Tribe, looks at ball 1.
I'll tell you another thing, too, about these Rangers. When they play in their ballpark, their outfielders play deep. The way the ball carries, the way it hits their turf. So in their first trip into this ballpark this year, they're going to have a tendency to play a little deeper before they move in.
That's a great point. As you can see, the outfielders way back here in the first, as Peralta swings through that one, 1-1. Rick, you were talking about Texas and how the ball just flies out of there. Now, you didn't play in the new ballpark, but you played in the old one. That was another place where you could see, 10, 15 runs a night with no problem.
But I'm going to tell you what, the ball never, ever carried to right center field. Jeff Burroughs over there would have won a couple of MVP awards. I'm telling you, it never carried because the wind would blow in, and their ballpark that they had there was like a 2-tiered. It was like a minor league that they added the second deck to. And you couldn't drive a cannon through that wind in right center field. They may score a lot of runs, and it was fast surfacely, but I'll tell you, to carry it, it was not.
Well, that's one of the underrated things. People talk about the heat all the time, but the infield and the outfield there is so hard.
Yeah, it bakes.
Now, Choo's running this time. He got a great jump, and he's into second base. Another stolen base for Shin-Soo Choo as he gets it done again, getting in scoring position here with 2 outs for Peralta.
He's really had a good year as far as the running game goes. Shin-Soo Choo with his 17th stolen base. He's got a great ratio, 17, only been caught 1 time. So he's getting a knack for it, boy. He's done a great job. And you steal it. That's when you need to steal a base. 2 outs. You can score on a base hit now.
It's 2-2 to Peralta, and Shin-Soo Choo, Rick, I think, has developed into one of the smartest base runners, not only on this team, but in the American League.
Well, he's the best base runner on this team, knowing himself and for his speed, I think.
Here's a guy that's been driving him in since the All-Star break, Johnny Peralta. But he has a 2-2 count against Dustin Nipper. Checked on that one to stay alive.
You know, it's amazing when you go good, and Peralta's been hitting 4th for the most part, in the second half. But every time when you're in a good groove like Johnny is, and it seems like you always come up and somebody's in scoring position. You get on base. And and then there's times where you have a drought. You never see anybody, but Johnny's been pretty darn good.
And he has an opportunity here to give the Indians the lead in the first inning. Swing and a miss. Good off-speed pitch from Nippert. And the Indians are done in the first. 1 inning in the books at Progressive Field. Second inning on the way. Fly right. By McCafe Coffees at McDonald's, all made to order with fresh ground espresso beans. And by All Care Dental and Dentures, we make seeing the dentist easy. A look from Lake Erie at the shoreline of downtown Cleveland, and now back inside the ballpark where we're scoreless as we enter the top of the second inning. It'll be Blaylock, Murphy, and Saltalamacchia, hitters 6, 7, and 8. In Ron Washington's lineup for Texas here against Aaron Laffey. We deliver strike one here to Hank Blaylock, and Aaron Laffey, Rick, did a nice job in that first inning. Bases loaded, one out, walked two consecutive batters, and got out of it.
What he did, he picked his defense up there after giving them an opportunity to turn the first double play. Didn't do it. Then he had a hiccup. He walked 2 straight guys. Then he comes back and gets the ground ball double play. Gave his defense a chance to turn it and get out of it. That's number 16 on the year.
Now, Laffey with that sinker ball, as you talked about, Rick, it's different to see a lefty with such a good sinker, but he's got a good one.
Well, and he's pitched well at home here. In the 5 games, he's started 4 of them. He's 3-0 with a 186. Enters tonight with a 13-inning streak of not allowing an earned run. Of course, the unearned run against Minnesota in his last start.
Now he's ahead of Blaylock here, 1-2. Hank Blaylock now has made the move over to first base. Of course, he was at third for so many years for Texas, but now with Young at third, Blaylock's at first.
And then the injuries that's bothered Blaylock, that's why he's over at first.
He fouls that one away.
Well, I'll tell you what, whatever Carl Willis told Aaron Laffey, he told him something very good, because his last 7 pitches, 6 of them have been strikes.
He had 7 straight balls.
Right.
And now he's got, as you said, 7 straight strikes.
Sometimes it's just one little thing, and I don't even know if he told him anything mechanically. Maybe just settled him down, that's all.
That one is low, so 2-2 to Hank Blaylock, leading off the top of the second here for the Rangers. Hank Blaylock with 23 home runs this year, and he's homered in 3 of his last 4 games. And he reaches out and gives that one right back to Aaron. He'll make the underhanded flip to first, and there's 1 out here in the second inning. Hey, here's a great deal for you. Save 70 to 81% off jewelry right now during the Overstock sale at Alvin's, your Cleveland family jeweler since 1931. Thousands of items, rings, earrings, pendants, diamonds, and gold, all up to 81% off. Find sale dates and locations on the web at alvinsjewelers.com. So 1 out for David Murphy, the left fielder. And he'll take strike 1 from Laffey. We talked about Nelson Cruz. He's out again tonight, Rick. And David Murphy, though, hasn't been hitting too badly of late.
No, Murphy's a good little player. I just hope that Cruz misses about 2 more games after tonight.
Let him come back on the weekend. But David Murphy says take that with a single the other way to left field. Second hit of the night for the Rangers. And they have a runner aboard with 1 away here in the second inning.
Well, and he stays on it. He goes the other way, and that's a great approach with your Aaron Laffey because of the sinker baller. Take him, shoot him the other way. He does. Gets it under the glove of Peralta at third into left field. So hit number 2 for the Rangers.
And the runner on with 1 away for Jared Saltalamacchia, the 8-hitter tonight. Now batting just .241 on the season, as you see there, but he's really enjoyed Cleveland pitching. This season batting .429 against the Tribe. And for his career, Rick, a .385 hitter in 39 at-bats. Also has 3 homers in his career, but he'll fly out here to right. Shin-Soo Choo makes the catch, 2 away.
Progressive Field Party Suites are perfect for entertaining clients, rewarding employees, or hosting a family celebration. Enjoy premium service, food, and beverages. Call 216-420-HITS and book your party suite today.
Always a great time at the Party Suites. Been down there a couple of times, and I'm looking over there right now tonight. There's a huge group in one of those, and it's great for any size group, really. And you can get a nice big size group in there, too.
Yeah, what, up to 70 people?
Yeah.
Well, as many friends as you have, Al, it doesn't surprise me. You would have to get one of those big ones.
I think that's all of them right there, 70.
Well, that's about 69 more than I have.
You've got Murph. He's your buddy.
Murph's not my friend. Murph has no friends. Nor do I.
Oh, I doubt that. Here's Elvis Andrus now, the rookie, with 2 outs and a runner on first base. That pitch is strike. Aaron Laffey painting the corner there. Elvis Andrus, a good-looking rookie, and a great story with Andrus. He's going to be 21 years old this upcoming August 26th here. And the Braves scout, the Braves, of course, were on to him first. Rolando Petit started sending reports around his 13th birthday.
Is that right?
That's amazing. Well, he was right on him. I mean, here he is, 20 years old, starting shortstop in the American League.
Well, and a guy that they knew, they weren't sure if he would struggle with his offense. Defensively, they knew he was there. That's one reason why Omar Vizquel is here, is to tutor this kid at shortstop, and you couldn't have a better teacher.
No.
I mean, that's a coach in itself, and he's being a very productive one playing.
And he serves that one into right field and made it just past the diving attempt by Luis Valbuena. Holding at second base is David Murphy, not even thinking of trying to run on Shin-Soo Choo. So Andrus with the single, the second Rangers hit of the inning. That puts runners at first and second with 2 down for the aforementioned Omar Vizquel now.
Well, and there's a pitch away. He did not try to pull it. He stayed on it. Didn't hit it hard. It's a ground ball base hit. If you want to get to Aaron Laffey, that's how you have to get to him. You take what he gives you. Base hits the opposite way. And, I mean, you tip your cap there. The kid didn't try to pull a ball. If you do, he rolls over on it.
Vizquel looks at ball one. He singled his first time up, was cut down on a fielder's choice. Omar has the average at 293 now. And coming into tonight was batting .316 in his last 9 games. Hits that one to center. Sizemore coming in.
That's where you want him. Hit it in the air.
Grady makes the catch. The Rangers are done here in the second inning. We'll go to the bottom half. Still scoreless in Cleveland. She's already got her cell phone. There you go.
No, too young for that.
Travis Hafner leads it off and pops that one straight back into the seats. In the upper deck, it's foul for strike one. It'll be Hafner, Valbuena, and Shopping. Hitters 5, 6, and 7 here in the second inning. Travis Hafner has hit in 16 of his last 22 games. Here's the numbers on the season for Pronk. Up and in. 1-1 to Travis Hafner from Dustin Nippert, who has now worked 7 consecutive scoreless innings. Nippert's ERA coming into today, post All-Star break, was .95. That was the second best in all of baseball, and the best in the American League, and he barely gets Travis Hafner there on the ground out as Travis hustling down the line, but Omar knew exactly how many steps he had.
The old trademark. He used to do that at shortstop day in and day out. He'd throw it across, and the next thing you know, it's bang, bang at first, but just in time.
He knows all the players. Omar Vizquel, of course, been around since the early 90s with Seattle, and then the 11 seasons with Cleveland, then to San Francisco, and now Texas.
I don't know if I've ever seen anybody have as much fun as he does when he plays the game of baseball.
Sure does. Still to be in your 40s and be as smooth as he is in the middle infield.
Yeah, what a treat to watch. The best I've ever seen at short.
Yep. Now Luis Valbuena, the batter, hitting in the 6th hole, playing second base today with 1 out and nobody on. He's one of 2 Indians batters that has seen Dustin Nippert before. He's 0 for 3 against them in his career. He saw him last September when Valbuena was up with the Mariners, actually.
Okay.
And I saw Dustin Nippert in that.
That's not much of a track record, is it?
0 for 3 sure isn't. Hitters count here. Swing and a miss. Good tailing action there.
This kid, he pitches inside early, and then when he gets into a hitter's count, and this is only the 6th hitter, gets into a hitter's count, he changes up on you already.
2-1 now. Pitch just off the plate inside, 3-1. Nippert has 5 pitches, a fastball, curveball, changeup, a knuckle curve, and a slider. His knuckle curve is his best pitch. When you've got 5 pitches, that's a lot to
see if we get a changeup.
Get used to. It was off speed. It was down low, though.
It was a changeup. It was a changeup.
So that's the first walk of the evening, issued by Dustin Nippert. Valbuena on first, 1 away. Time now for our Alltel text poll. Here's today's question. Which newcomer to the Indians lineup has impressed you the most? Is it Wyatt Turangas, Trevor Crow, Andy Marte, or Luis Valbuena? Text your answer to 31962. We'll, of course, have the results for you coming up later here in tonight's game. So now Kelly Shopik, the batter. Had a great night on Friday in Chicago. A couple of home runs, 4 RBI. He takes the ball down low. And Rick, you and Matt a couple of weeks ago were talking about the change in Kelly Shopik's stance from where he holds the bat.
Yeah.
And he's been a little quicker with the bat, and the swing's been a little better here since that change.
It has freed him up a little bit to where he can just stay on the ball. Instead of fouling him off, he's getting the bat to the hitting area a little bit quicker. It allows him to go to right field or to the opposite field or let the ball where it's pitched, a swing like that. I mean, there was a time there earlier in the year where every time he hit a ball, he either fouled it off or swung and missed. So he changed his hands, and, it's worked the last 6 games.
And Kelly
Shopik, of course, both home runs coming off of Burley.
Right, a left-hander. And Kelly Shopik has hit lefties very well this year. In fact, he's .333 against lefties, just .184 against righties. And though he's had 42 at-bats against left-handers, 5 homers, 147 at-bats against righties, and only 4 homers. So lefties are his preference, obviously, at the plate. But it's nice to see Kelly do what he's done, and he's been rewarded with more playing time. There's a few weeks there in late July where he wasn't playing very much.
Well, when you have 3 catchers now like you have, you better produce, right now, because they're going to get a look at everybody. And I think the more you start hitting, the better chance you got to get in 4 at-bats a game. You've got Jimenez, you've got Torreiragas.
Throw keeps Valbuena honest at first base. One out with Valbuena on first. And a 1-2 count here to Kelly Shopik. Time is called there at the plate. Dustin Nippert held the ball for a while. Pitch up high. 2-2 now to Kelly Shopik, who's also very athletic, Rick. You look at him, and sometimes it's like, well, he doesn't look like he'd have a lot of speed, right? But when he played football back in high school, in one game he had 5 touchdowns in the first half. Believe it or not, one of those was on a kickoff return. So it wasn't like he was just a fullback getting handed the ball.
Was he the same height back in high school? He
blew everybody away. A little bowling ball running through the coverage team.
Yes, he is. Well, down in Texas, they have good football.
Sure do. His team led at the half 35-0. He scored all 5 touchdowns.
Did he play the second half?
I think he was relegated to the bench because they went a little easy on the other team at the time. I talked to Kelly about that earlier this year, and he said, well, we didn't have the best football team, and the coaches were trying to find ways to get me the ball. So they put me on kick return, play a little defense.
I guess it worked.
Sure did. He's worked the count full here as he fouls one off, so this has become a pretty good at-bat for Shopping.
That's exactly right. That's what you like to see. I mean, he's been able to get back into the count. You foul a couple pitches off, that turns into a good at-bat.
Dustin Nippert about to make his 30th pitch of the evening. Of the 29 he's thrown thus far, 17 have been for strikes. Nippert is keeping a close eye on Valbuena at first.
Well, Valbuena's not a base, but here you don't start him. Shopping's a guy that you strike out, and you could certainly get to strike him out, throw him out, double play. If you felt he was going to put it in play, but he hasn't proven he can do that consistently.
Again, the payoff pitch. Valbuena running.
Oh, he
ground
hit it.
balls to short, and a great stop by Andrus. Gets up and throws, not in time. So starting the runner got Andrus out of position. Probably would have been a double play. Instead, it's an infield single.
Well, that's why you start the runner, to stay out of a double play. I wasn't sure Eric was going to try it. Early in the game, maybe nothing game. He started the runner, and what happened? Shopping put it in play on the ground. Very good. And then he ends up getting an infield hit. He beats it out. It's a nice play by Andrus, or it would have been first and third.
Second hit of the night for the Tribe.
And then made it close at first.
We were talking about his speed in football. He just used it there down the line.
There you go. Did you have the stopwatch on him?
No, I should have, though.
That's exactly right.
I
That's the 30-yarder.
Here's Trevor Crowe, who's played very well since his most recent recall. He's batting in the 8-hole here tonight. Playing in left field. First and second, 1 out. And strike 1 from Dustin Nippert. He made his major league debut against the Rangers back on April 9th in right field in the opening series of the season. He hits that one down the left field line, but that's going to make it to the stands and out of play. So quickly 0-2 on Trevor Crowe. Since his third recall, which happened on July 31st, he's 11 of 32 with a .344 average. Also has a couple of doubles and a triple. 5 runs batted in. Covers 9 games for Trevor Crowe. But he's down 0-2 here to Dustin Nippert. That one a little high. 1-2 now to Trevor Crowe.
To me, that's the pitch Trevor's got to lay off. He's doing a better job of that, laying off a pitch above the belt. It's easy as a young hitter to swing at those pitches. You're thinking they're strikes, and they look so easy to swing at and hit. You can't catch up. His strength is down in the strike zone.
Now the 1-2. And he fouls that one away.
You know, so many hitters nowadays are good low ball hitters because they can concentrate down. You don't have to swing at balls up in the zone. Cabrera's one. Valbuena's one. These guys love the pitch down.
We've talked about that. It seems especially from the left side of the plate, even more so than righties. So once again, we'll do the 1-2 pitch to Trevor Crowe. And he pops that one up on the infield. Infield fly rule, and Andrus retires Crowe. 2 outs. And now Andy Marte will get an opportunity. Well, tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is at $124 million. You have until 10:45 tonight to get your ticket. $124 million. Rick, your son Kyle was talking about starting a restaurant. If he won the jackpot tonight, he could start the restaurant. Well, forget about the restaurant.
Forget the restaurant.
$124 million.
He's taking me, and we're going to go buy an island.
You can buy a couple.
Yeah. No, just one's fine.
One will do the trick. I like how you threw that in. He'll take me, too. Never forget about good old Dad. There's a strike to Andy Marte. Batting in the 9-hole tonight. Playing at first base. Had a couple of hits against the White Sox on Sunday. There's the average now at 250. The major league level this season, of course, he tore it up in Columbus. Hit .327 with 18 homers and 66 RBI for the Clippers this year. It's Nippert taking a look at Valbuena, but there's nobody around second base. So 2 outs. Indian runners at first and second. No score here in the bottom of the second inning. And an 0-1 count on Marte. And he hits that one to third, just outside the line, foul. And that'll put him in an 0-2 hole.
That ball hit foul, stayed foul. But this guy, that first time through the lineup, he has pitched a lot of hitters inside. One thing Nippert has done, 6 of 9 first pitch strikes the first time through the lineup.
That pitch way upstairs, 93 miles per hour there on the fastball. So 1-2 to Andy Marte, and Andy really forced the Indians to bring him up to the majors this year. He was, of course, left off the roster. Nobody claimed him when they had the opportunity in the offseason. So he goes to Columbus, and he really hit the ball well this year.
Well, he did. Now, we'll see how it translates to the big leagues, but there's been a big gap between AAA and the big leagues. I mean, we've seen a lot of guys that were swinging the bats well get called up to the big leagues, and at least he's getting an opportunity to play. And they're not putting any pressure on him because they're hitting him down in the lineup. He's hitting 8th or 9th, so.
He's down 1-2 here. That pitch on the outside corner. Strike 3, second strikeout of the night for Dustin Nippert. And the Indians are done in the second. No score as we head to the third. Here at Progressive Field, as you get a look at the ballpark from our Panini's cam, up top on the roof, above the foul pole there. Turned out to be a very nice night.
Where's the roof at here?
Or the what do you call? Want to call it the awning?
Yeah,
sure.
that's what it is, an awning. You got it.
It's a nice view, and it turned out to be a very nice night. There you go. It's your birthday, and we've gotten you on TV.
Congratulations. There it goes, girls. They don't know it, though.
Somebody will tell them. I'm sure their friends are watching.
They'll text them.
Yes, they will. Or they'll Twitter them or whatever that is. Or tweet, I guess, is the proper terminology.
Thank you. It is.
Michael Young leads it off here in the third for the Rangers against Aaron Laffey. Looks at ball one. Hit into a fielder's choice. last inning. He lines that one to center. Right at Sizemore, though, has to take some steps back, but catches it shy of the warning track. There's one away here in the Texas part of the third inning. And it's time now for our Sunday's actually, great clip of the game. Brought to you by Great Clips, and Grady Sizemore laid out to make a tremendous catch there.
That was in the first inning. That ended the first inning off the bat of Jermaine Dye.
Relax, you're at Great Clips. It's Grady Sizemore showing off some leather. Another thing about his game, people talk about his power development, but his development defensively since he came up back in 2004 has been nice as well.
Yes, indeed.
Here's another opportunity for him as he's going out, but Valbuena says, let me take this one. He does for the second out of the inning.
Well, next Friday, we will return home. We will host the Seattle Mariners. We'll stay in that Western theme. As always, there'll be a fireworks show after the game. Plus, you'll be a part of the show by singing along with many of your favorite songs. And I guess it's called Cleveland's largest karaoke night. That's next Friday against the Mariners.
You going to sing along that evening as well?
No, usually at fireworks night, Al, after I'm done with the post game, I head to the car and I'm adios. I've seen enough. Fireworks.
Think
about it. Every Friday. Yeah, you try and beat the traffic out.
Well, Aaron Laffey is throwing 3 pitches, now 4, and he's got 2 outs and nobody on here in the Texas portion of the third inning. As Young and Bird were a couple of quick outs, now Andrew Jones, the cleanup hitter, who walked his first time up. Look at a strike there. First strike he's seen tonight from Aaron Laffey. He walked on 4 pitches back in the first inning. Now 2-1 to Andrew Jones, even though he's been slumping. With a season average at 224. He did hit 3 homers back on July 8th. Power's still there.
But remember, going back to spring training, this was the 25th guy on this club. So he was not – this was going to be a test. Everyone thought he was done. The Dodgers were paying him all that money. And the Texas Rangers says, all right, well, we decided to keep him. He's done a nice job for him when he doesn't have to play every day. But with the injuries you have to outfielders, you push him out there and he's got to play. Sometimes he's overexposed because he's not the average hitter he once was, but he still has power.
17 homers this year. And at the start of the year, he looked great early. Was hitting .340 on May 9th, but since then, he's been batting .193, but he gets into that one to left center. Crow going over, makes the catch. So he runs it down in the gap. And the Rangers are 3 up, 3 down in the third. We'll head to the bottom half. Still scoreless in Cleveland. Rangers scoreless as we enter the bottom of the third and top of the order. Grady Sizemore will lead it off. Fisted a little blooper to the shortstops. First time up back in the first inning, and takes ball one from Dustin Nippert, who just delivered his 40th pitch of the night.
Well, after never facing this guy before, one time through the lineup, now they have an idea of the speed, the velocity, what he likes to throw. See if they can make an adjustment. There's a good changeup.
Sizemore threw that one. Dustin Nippert, born in Wheeling, West Virginia. Throws that one down the middle, and Sizemore fouls it away. So 1-2 now. His identical twin, Derek, was drafted by the Diamondbacks back in 2003. But interesting that you have an identical twin, and they both make it to professional baseball.
Well, Jeremy Sowers and his twin brother.
There you go.
Who used to pitch with the Blue Jays, I believe.
1-2 to Grady. An off-speed pitch up high. Swinging a line drive down the right field line. Sizemore will round first and hang on with a long single to begin the third inning for the Tribe. Nice play there in right field by Josh Hamilton. Got to the ball and got it in quickly.
Well, he knows he had to with Grady running. And Grady stayed back, kept the hands back on a changeup. And he gave him some swinging room. That one was away. He stayed back enough. So there was the adjustment made in that at-bat on a changeup by Grady. Third hit for the Indians. And as an outfielder, you know when Sizemore's up. You get to the ball as quickly as possible, get rid of it as quickly as possible.
Now Asdrubal Cabrera to the plate. Rounded out to second, back in the first inning. First time tonight the Indians have had the leadoff batter aboard. It's Sizemore on at first, nobody out here in the third. Asdrubal Cabrera now 10 for his last 20. Sizemore just back there. Now, Nippert tonight, Rick, we've seen him, whoever's on first base, whether it be Chu, Valbuena, and especially after Chu stole that base in the first inning, he's kept an eye on whoever it's been. Now Sizemore, as he's thrown over there several times.
Well, that's exactly what I was just looking for. Saltalamacchia has thrown out 22% of the base runners. Out of 77 stolen base attempts, he's thrown out 17. Well, now, out of 78, he's thrown out 17 because Chu stole a base. And it's usually the pitcher that gives that catcher an opportunity. So he's a big guy. Why not keep pressure on him? They started the runner 3-2 with Shopik the hitter.
There's the numbers on you for Nippert with the base runners.
I'll tell you, for a big guy, right there was pretty quick to home plate.
Yep. And now he's ahead of Cabrera 0-2. Well, Sizemore has a pretty good lead at first base. He'll hold on the 0-2, and Cabrera got ahead of that one and fouls it down the right field side.
Let me send out happy birthday wishes tonight to Cindy Duber, a longtime Indians fan. Cindy, happy birthday to you. And some get well wishes to Dolores Aworski, who is in the Parma Hospital recovering from surgery. Dolores, we hope you're feeling better and doing well.
Get well soon, Dolores. Still 0-2 on Cabrera. And he lines that one to right. Hamilton coming on, but he won't get it. Base hit. Sizemore will have to hold it second for making sure that ball got down. And now the Indians with runners at first and second and nobody out here in the third.
He went inside and dug that one out. Tried to come inside that 0-2 pitch, and Cabrera was ready. Look at, they're going in there. He digs it out. See, I told you he's a good low ball hitter. Look at, he gets in there. He's choked up. And he just lines it into right field. So back-to-back hits for the Indians and a good start here to the third. And the second time around, they've made an adjustment.
Also a testimony to the advancement of Cabrera as a hitter. Chokes up with 2 strikes. A good pitch, low and inside, and he just lines it into right field.
He's getting better and better. There's no question about it.
So now Shin-Soo Choo Got the Tribe's first hit back in the first inning, and that one high and tight, and it got him. Just hit him on the elbow, and now the Indians will load the bases with nobody out here in the third.
Well, there's a break right there. A big break. See, in this inning, Nippert had Grady down, 1-2 in the count. Grady got the base hit. And look at you, he's trying to catch up to Shopik as far as the hit department goes. That's not a department you want to catch up to him there. And it just barely, just barely nicked him. If you got to get hit, that's the way to do it. And you heard it. You certainly heard it.
Might have gotten the jersey.
Yeah. But he started it out, and he had Grady down in the count 1-2, had Cabrera down 0-2. And then the first pitch hits Chu. So a big inning here for the Indians. They got a chance.
Mike Maddox, the pitching coach, was out to talk with Nippert. So he's in a jam here. Scoreless in the third inning, but the Tribe with a great opportunity. It's Maddox. Bases loaded. Nobody out for Johnny Peralta. He looks at a pitch down low, and Peralta, as we've talked about, has been the Indians' best RBI man since the All-Star break.
Well, he's in a great situation here.
Struck out his first time up. The pitch a little up and in, so now 2-0 as Peralta gets himself into a hitter's count. And Rick, it seems when Johnny is hitting the ball well, he has that patience at the plate to lay off those pitches. They're close enough to take a hack at, but they're not strikes.
In RBI situations, you have to be patient. You can't be aggressive because pitchers do not like to throw you strikes with runners on base. He comes back with a 2-0 changeup like he did that first time through. Now he's in trouble.
Yeah, now 3-0 to Peralta with the bases loaded.
You see, on a young pitcher, you could really make him work. I don't think Johnny will probably take a 3-0 pitch, but at that 3-1 pitch, he'll probably be aggressive. You still have to remain patient.
The 3-0 is in there for a strike.
Okay, there it is. Now we'll see. This is the pitch he's got to come back again. If you get that same fastball, you got to get after it. But the pattern that he's been using, he's been changing up, and I'm looking for another changeup here.
Now the 3-1. That
Missed.
pitch inside. Good eye by Peralta. The Indians force home a run. They take a 1-0 lead. The bases are still loaded and still nobody out.
Patience paid off in that at-bat for Johnny. Nicely done. I think Johnny was looking for something out over the plate. They tried to run one inside, and they haven't had to swing the bat to get the run. The hit batter, the walk. The Indians take a 1-0 lead.
So now Travis Hafner to the plate, who grounded out to second his first time up. So he'll bat with the bases loaded and nobody out. Ron Washington must be concerned here as the Indians with the run home and an opportunity for a big inning. Strike one there to Travis Hafner. So hitting .287 with 7 homers and 20 runs batted in against righties this year. See the season numbers on Travis.
Well, this is where Hafner's got to pick up the pace. He's 183 with runners in scoring position. He has not been very good this year.
The 0-1. And swings at that one, delivers to right field. 1 run is in. And they'll hold the runner at third, Josh Hamilton, with a strike into Blaylock. But the Tribe gets another run. 2-0 Indians, and the bases remain loaded with nobody out.
Well, there's a base hit for Pronk. You know, that's where the thinking is. This is going to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it. They're keeping the train rolling right here. A fastball up out of the zone that he was able to get on top of. That's hard to believe. He got on top of it, though. Chu, took off. He was thinking scoring. Now, that's a short two-hopper to a guy with a very good arm, so Skinner holds him up, but Chu had to put the brakes on. And so did Peralta at second because they're thinking scoring, which I like. But no, you can't make that first out at home plate.
So now Valbuena looks at ball one, bases loaded, nobody out. I love to keep saying that because that means your opportunities are abundant. And the Indians thus far have taken advantage with 2 runs home already here in the third. And Luis Valbuena, who's hitting only .130 with runners in scoring position this year, has a chance to improve on that. The 1-0 pitch. Valbuena hits that one down the right field side. It's fair. It's against the wall. 1 run in. 2 runs in. Hafner being held at third. 4-0 Tribe. Luis Valbuena a double with the bases loaded to score 2.
Well, Valbuena with his 17th double, boy, and these guys are putting together a big inning. They are just doing it one thing at a time, and it's a beautiful thing to watch. A high changeup. Speeds up the bat here of Valbuena. He drills it into right field, gets all the way into the screening of their bullpen. Hafner stops at third, but still nobody out. They have 4 runs in, and second and third. And they're going to bring the infield.
Are you surprised at this?
Not really, because you bring the infield in depending on the speed of the runner at third base with nobody out, but they've already got 4. They're looking to cut a run off and get an out.
So now second and third, nobody out for Kelly Shopik, and he looks at ball 1. Kelly Shopik got a single his first time up.
They've got this guy on the ropes, and I mean, he's been outstanding for him.
Yeah, but tonight, Dustin Nippert has run into trouble here in the 3rd inning. Indians already with 4 runs in. And Kelly Shopik trying to do more damage. Ron Washington tapping the fingers a little faster now over by the dugout.
Yeah, because this could be just, I mean, a huge inning. They've already got Doug Mathis up. Yep. He's throwing. And, you know, base hit here or there, and this guy could be gone.
You know, the Rangers, as we've talked about, the pregame, they've won 14 of their last 21. They're 4 games behind the Angels in the West, just a half game behind the Red Sox for the wild card. Shopik swings and misses there. It's now 1-2. Texas really feels that, hey, if we can beat the Angels 2 out of 3, we've got to take at least 2 out of 3 from the Indians.
Well, you win one series. They're in the division, and they're the guys that they had to catch. They won 2 out of 3. Every series is different. You come in there, you can think 2 out of 3 all you want, but every game is different. You got to play one game at a time. Win the first one. You can't overlook anything or any team.
Now the 1-2. Shopik fouls that one away at the plate. Kelly had a 1-2 count on him the last time he was up back in the 2nd inning. Worked the count full and then got the infield single.
No, it's a 23-pitch inning to this point, and he still has nobody out.
For the game, 62 pitches now for Nippert. Infield in with runners at second and third and nobody out for Shopik. He's down in the count, 1-2. Swings and misses. So Nippert comes up with a strikeout there, his third of the evening. Comes at a key time. That's the first out of the inning for the Tribe. Yeah, the Gathering Place supports, educates, and empowers individuals and families touched by cancer. They do this free of charge from 2 locations, Beechwood and Westlake. This season, Rick and Matt will donate $5 each, and Great Clips will donate $50 for every Indians home run to this great organization. Total year to date is $7,320. If you'd like more information, visit touchedbycancer.org. Truly a great organization. Now Trevor Crow, who popped out his first time up. Infield remains in. He fouls that one. Strike 1.
Like to see him get one more here in this inning, at least one. You know, after they already got the 4, they had second and third, nobody out.
The 0-1 pitch. And he
There
drives
you go.
that one to center. That'll be deep enough to get the run in. Hafner tags and scores easily. And it's 5-0 Indians.
Good
Rick,
job.
you got what you wanted. Trevor Crow really drove that ball.
Yes, he did. Good job by Trevor Crow. Just put the ball in play, make sure you get him in, and it's a 5-run inning and a beautiful job. 34th sacrifice fly by the Indians this year. And you know, this inning is a typical inning. You think when you have a 5-run inning, you have to hit home runs. That's not the case. couple of singles, a hit batter, a walk, a single, a double, a sac fly, and everybody's involved. It's a beautiful thing to watch when offensively you do something like that.
So now Andy Marte will bat. Valbuena still at second base, 2 outs, but the Indians with 5 runs in here in the 3rd inning. Marte takes a look at ball 1. Andy a strikeout victim in his first at bat. Takes that breaking ball for a strike. 1-1 to Andy Marte, who was mostly used at third base in Columbus this year. So far here with the Tribe since his recall, he's been exclusively a first baseman. And went up high. Marte checked his swing in time. 2-1 now. And it's nice to get a big crooked number on the board, too. 5 runs in an inning is Aaron Laffey's got to love this.
Well, yeah, you're right. The starting pitcher, they're the ones that love it. For the Indians, that is the 6th time. No, excuse me, the 12th time they have scored 5 or more runs in an inning.
Marte down in the count now. 30 pitches for Nippert. There's Aaron Laffey.
He's got to love it.
Yep.
He's sitting there, okay, I'll take the one more that's out
Sure.
there if you want to pick him up.
He's not worried about staying loose when your team is scoring runs like they are. 2 outs. Runner at second. The 2-2 to Marte. Swing and a miss. So Marte a strikeout victim for the 2nd time tonight. 4th strikeout for Nippert, but the Indians with 5 runs here in the 3rd. They lead it 5-0 at Progressive Field. Half of the 3rd inning. She did get a look in from the rooftop at Progressive Field, and Aaron Laffey now staked to that 5-run lead. And in 3 innings, he's thrown 41 pitches. And Rick, we talk about the little things in baseball, and you talked about the Carl Willis visit that he had back in the 1st inning with the bases loaded and 1 out, got out of it. Before Willis visited the mound, he threw 15 pitches, 5 for strikes. Since then, 26 pitches, 18 for strikes. So you're right. He said something that registered.
It clicked. It clicked for whatever he said to Aaron Laffey. It clicked.
First pitch swing is Josh Hamilton. Sends that one high in the air to left. Trevor Crow with plenty of room. 1 out. All right, let's go back to the STO studios for the first time tonight. Get a Ford Sports update. And Dave Chudowski, some fireworks happening in Boston, huh?
Oh, well, this is good stuff in Boston against the Tigers. The Red Sox, Kevin Youkilis was hit last night, had enough. He was hit again tonight. Rick Porcello hits him. That's how you charge the mound, huh? Training camp daily later tonight in Boston. They're playing football as well. Look at that. Both guys ejected. It's tied at 3. Back to you.
All right, let's get it on, huh?
Well, there's only so many times you can get hit. I'll tell you what, he was sick and tired of it. He was hitting that New York series. So they wanted to get after, and that's the way to do it. You don't sit there and yell. You go out and get them. May cost them a few games.
Yeah.
You don't sit there and talk and point, and the Red Sox right now are a frustrated team is right.
Blaylock drives that one to right center. Chu on the run, can't come up with it. It's off the wall on a bounce. Blaylock coming around second hard. He's going for third, and he'll make it with the triple. So Hank Blaylock, a stand-up triple with one out here in the 4th inning. And Shin-Soo Choo with a good effort out there. But, boy, Blaylock really drove that ball and rewarded with 3 bases.
Yeah, he's a strong guy. And, this is not a very good triples ballpark. But when you have Choo, that was a breaking ball. You see where he went out there, boy? He flicked his hands, and that ball went a long way. Choo trying to slide and make the catch because both were converging at the same time. It was a tough play. Maybe if he stays on his feet, it's a double, but it's not. It deflects off, and by the time Grady can retrieve it, it's a triple for Blaylock. That's his 3rd triple of the year.
So now David Murphy at the plate. First pitch of ball to him. He singled back in the 2nd inning, and the infield is back at normal depth, so a ground ball should get the job done, as well as a deep enough fly ball for Murphy. Swing and a miss, so 1-1 to David Murphy. And the Indians with that 5-run lead, will trade the run for the out here in this situation. Murphy now 1 for 4 in his career against Latvia, and he lines that one to second. Here comes Valbuena. Played it on the short
wow,
out,
that's
held
a nice
the runner.
Break.
Yep. And he'll get the out at first base. Blaylock had to hold to see if it was caught, and Valbuena gets the out. 2 outs now, and Blaylock still at 3rd.
Yeah, you can't run. You're right. In between, they were going to give the run on a ground ball, but he hits a line drive, a semi-line drive. But if he catches it and you take off, double play. So you can see it clearly short hops. He's got to go back. They keep the runner at 3rd, and Laffey with a chance to get out of it.
So a break for the Tribes there off a pretty well-hit ball by David Murphy. And now it's up to Jared Saltalamacchia with 2 outs and Blaylock at 3rd. He looks at ball 1 from Laffey. Saltalamacchia flew out his first time up. Now 2-0. Now 3-0 to Saltalamacchia. He was 2 for 3 coming into tonight against Laffey in his career. Now 2 for 4 with the out. And Laffey being very careful with them here. Elvis Andrus, the rookie's on deck. Andrus hit a ground ball single to right his first time up. So Aaron Laffey doesn't want to make a mistake here to Saltalamacchia. And he walks him on 4 pitches. So Rangers at the corners now with 2 outs. And let's take a look at our Subway fresh face of the game. We go down to the minors and check in with Brian Price, one of the pitchers acquired in the trade deadline deals. His numbers at Kinston, pretty impressive, 2-0 at 150 earned run average. See Sunday against Salem, got the victory there. Brian Price, our fresh face of the game, brought to you by Subway. Play hard, eat fresh. Now 1-0 to Elvis Andrus. Two outs for the Rangers, 2 on. That pitch is strike for Aaron Laffey. Be nice if Laffey could get through this inning without the Rangers getting a run after the Tribe got those 5. Gets Andrus to reach there down the third base line, and it goes foul. Was it touched or not? Foul ball.
Well, they're saying he never left the box thinking that ball fouled off his body. I didn't see an umpire put his hands up.
They did,
and that's why Laffey took off that mound like he was going to catch it. I mean, he got off the mound like a cat, and that had that spin, so I thought he hit it. I don't know if it never fouled off. Look at Andrus just put his head down.
Yeah, that was
a fair ball if it stayed fair, and Laffey, I thought, touched it.
Awfully close. He tried to get it.
Well, I'll tell you what, he stayed at home plate. I think it hit the end of his glove.
Yeah, it was very close.
He was going after it like
he was definitely going after
it. What happened, that home plate umpire must have said something, but it didn't hit him. Good
pitch. Struck him out. Aaron Laffey gets the K, his first of the night, and it comes with 2 Rangers aboard. So Laffey is through 4, pitching a shutout in Cleveland. Tonight, Grady Sizemore will lead off an inning. He takes ball 1. Grady tonight, 1 for 2. He singled and scored back in the 3rd inning. Got that 5-run rally started. It's that breaking pitch foul. 1-1 now.
3rd straight time that Grady's been leading off an inning. 1st, 2nd, now the 5th.
Yep.
Or excuse me, the 4th. Oh, I got to flip my card.
There you go. Had the wrong number. Tonight's scoreboard update brought to you by Wendy's. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. 1-2 now to Grady Sizemore. Good pitch by Nippert. Gets the strikeout. That's his 5th strikeout of the night. So he's been able to get the Ks, but he's still given up those 5 runs thus far. Hey, you can win a new home theater system in the Great Clips Upgrade My Viewing Contest. The package includes a 32-inch Samsung 1080p TV, a Sony Bravia DVD home theater system, and a Sony Blu-ray player. Stop by your local Great Clips location and register to win before August 30th. And Rick, you're going to look great on that Samsung.
No.
No. You're the one that's going to look good on that. 1-0 now to Asdrubal Cabrera. He's 1 for 2 today.
6-inch screens.
That's where you look your best, huh?
Exactly.
Smaller the better.
You bet. They don't come in HD.
1-1 to Cabrera. Fouls that one away. And Cabrera, again, really choking up, even without 2 strikes. And we talked about hitters that choke up, and quite simply, you don't see it much anymore. 25, 30 years ago, you saw it a lot more.
Well, and there's a few guys on this team that are starting to do it. More so, honest to God, and the strikeouts are going down.
Well, it's going to allow your bat to be quicker, and you get more of the bat head through the zone.
It's just that you're not trying to hit the ball, out of the ballpark every swing. I mean, if you want to try and make contact, you should be able to most of the time. Now, when it's called for and there's guys on base and you have time to move them, that's when you want to put it in play. You want to make contact. Good pitch.
Well, another strikeout for Nippert. He's got 2 this inning. That's his 6th strikeout of the game. Quickly, there's 2 away here in the 4th. And now Shin-Soo Choo will be the batter with 2 outs and nobody on.
All right, we would like you to fill the house for the American Cancer Society. That'll be tomorrow night as the Rangers continue this 3-game series. And every ticket sold, $1 will be donated to the charity. And it's raised over $300,000 for local charity. So visit Indians.com. Fill the house if you would like more information.
Choo takes strike 1 from Nippert. He's 1 for 1. Was also hit by a pitch. Got a stolen base, a run. And hits that one foul. Trying to make the seats behind the dugout. It does. First row there. Interesting thing about Shin-Soo Choo, every time you check his line, it seems he's filling up every stat category, whether it's, base hits, home runs, RBI,
walks.
Stolen bases, walks.
Yeah.
He really does it all.
He's really a good all-around player. And you know what? He's going to get better once he understands everything. Yeah, he's a good defender. He throws well. He's got assists. He's a good baseball player.
He's down 0-2 here to Nippert, who's trying to strike out the side.
And one thing that Choo will do, I think, in years to come, you can see his on-base percentage. He's right there at 5th. Choo's going to cut down on his strikeouts. He leads the team there in that department. He has 107 strikeouts.
And though he has power, and he's hit 13 home runs this year, he's not the type of guy that goes up there swinging from his heels.
But, he walks. He's still hitting right around 300, and he has all year. I'm just saying he's going to know pitchers, and he'll know,
right.
He'll file it back. Here's a guy that has been down in the count a lot, and he fights his way back into it. It's now 2-2. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go 3-2. He's a tough out.
Sure is. Swings and misses there. So Choo down on strikes, and Nippert strikes out the side in the 4th. But the Indians hold that 5-0 lead. We'll go to the 5th after this. Play hard, eat fresh. And by Alltel Wireless. Choose who you call for free with My Circle. Any number, any network. Waves hitting the shore as we saw some foreboding clouds at different times tonight, but this evening, thunderstorms have stayed away.
Beautiful.
Had a nice night.
I'm glad I washed my car today.
Yeah. Looking for a while like that was a bad decision, but then the radar just parted ways for us. Storms went one way, thankfully. Omar Vizquel to lead it off here in the 5th inning for Texas. 5-0 Tribe as he shows bunt, takes ball 1. Omar a single in the 1st inning, flew out in the 2nd. Aaron Laffey, shutout baseball through 4 innings, has a 4-hitter going right now. There's a strike. The Rangers have left 6 runners on base. The Indians have gotten 5 home and only left 4 on base.
Well, a big inning was number 1 for Laffey. We've seen him do that a number of times this year where, he's given up some runs early, has battled his way through. But when he doesn't, and he's gotten through, he's still got a few innings left. This is going to be pitch number 60.
Right.
He's a guy that throws strikes, and there's hitters, they will go after him early in the count at times.
Just missed the outside corner. 2-2. And Aaron Laffey is an athletic guy, which maybe is part of the reason why he seems to do better as the game goes on. But, get this. When he was back in high school, he played shortstop when he didn't pitch. He's left-handed.
Say what?
He played shortstop.
His manager put him at shortstop?
Sure did.
He ought to be fired. Can't use a left-handed shortstop.
Well, that's a tribute to his athleticism.
Well, then throw right-handed. Then he'd really be an athlete.
He was only ambidextrous.
Seriously, in high school they put a left-handed shortstop?
Absolutely. Yep.
I got to ask him about that.
And Josh Hamilton for the Rangers tonight. He played catcher and shortstop in Little League. Now it's a little different. Vizquel fouls that one away, but how often do you see a left-hander?
How do you know all this stuff?
I've got nothing to do at night, so I just sit there and I research.
While we're doing a game, you probably
exactly.
do.
It's like, okay. It's another fun fact about Aaron.
You're on the internet at night.
You're going to like this. As Vizquel serves that one to right. Here comes Chu. He's playing shallow, and he makes the catch. Had him played perfectly. Vizquel retired for the first out of the 5th.
Well, and that's what you do. When you get Omar to hit it in the air, you're doing a good job. And they had him cheated played shallow. Chu makes a nice sliding catch. And for Laffey, 12 of the 19 batters he's faced, 3 pitches or less. That's what you like. Pitch to contact.
Absolutely.
Especially to good hitting teams.
Michael Young 0 for 2 tonight, steps in with 1 out and nobody on, takes strike 1. And when I was saying about Laffey before, going to his athleticism, this one might be more believable for you, Rick. He averaged 20 points a game in high school when he started on the varsity basketball team.
I like that.
Now, you can be left or right in basketball.
I like that, Al.
That's a better one for you?
I love that. Yeah, I can relate to that one.
0-2 here to Michael Young.
There's your 3 pitches.
And Laffey showing some athleticism here. Makes
Beautiful.
the play.
Nice play.
Looked like a shortstop.
Yes, he did. Thank God he played there when he was a kid.
So 2 outs, nobody on. Here's today's Direct Energy bringing the gas sequence.
He's going to get Andrus and miss with ball 1. Comes right back inside with a strike. Little sinker down and away, and the good backdoor breaking ball gets him.
Direct Energy, offering simple solutions for all of your natural gas supply needs. So Aaron Laffey now in a groove, delivers strike 1 to Marlon Byrd, who walked and popped out in his previous 2 at-bats. Or plate appearances, I should say. Obviously, the walk will not go down as an at-bat. 2 outs, nobody on here in the 5th. Tribe ahead 5-0, scoring all 5 runs in the 3rd inning. Marlon Byrd with the average now at .284. It's that one down the right field line, but it'll slice foul into the stands.
Well, the thing of it is, though, when you're Aaron Laffey and you can spread out the base hits and you don't have to face the middle part of this lineup with anybody on base, it's a good thing.
Yeah, especially Marlon Byrd, Rick, who's on that 11-game hitting streak.
Right.
3 for 4 on Sunday with the homer and 3 RBIs and hitting .358 in his last 11 games. You want to face this guy in this situation. It allows you to go after him, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Byrd fouls that one down the left side. So 1-2 now to the Rangers' third hitter playing in center field today. Laffey now with 70 pitches, 43 of those for strikes. Time called at the plate by Bird. Just got a piece of that one to stay alive. It's nice to see what Aaron Laffey is doing, too. Third year that he's had major league experience. He's been up and down in 07, 08. This year he's been up and down as well. But, you know, Rick, he had some good spurts in 07 and 08, but now he seems to just be a little bit more savvy, I guess, on the mound.
It becomes a confidence factor, the fact that you believe you belong. Grady will run that one down.
Yeah, good wood by Bird, but Sizemore makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down for the Rangers in the fifth. Indians ahead, 5-0. Here in the fifth inning, Johnny Peralta fouling the first pitch off for strike one. So Dustin Nipper, to his credit, after giving up 5 runs in the third inning, came back and struck out the side in the fourth, trying to settle in and at least give the Rangers 5 here tonight.
Well, he did. He came right back. Give him credit. I mean, they roughed him up, and he had a tough time getting out of that third inning. Came right back out and started to pitch inside and nailed his spots.
He's 0-2 to Peralta. He has 7 strikeouts tonight, and he has struck out the last 4 batters he's faced, and he nails Peralta there.
On an 0-2 pitch, you know, and that's what happens. You pitch inside.
Second time he's hit a batter tonight. He hit Chu back in the third inning, in which the Indians scored 5 runs.
That was all part of the big inning, and this one just gets away from him. With an 0-2 count, that's the last thing you're trying to do as a pitcher, man. You don't want a base runner.
You saw his reaction right there.
I mean, he knows. We'll see if the Indians can take advantage of it.
Travis Hafner singled and drove in a run his last time up back in the third. He's 1 for 2 tonight. He'll bat here with Peralta on first, and nobody out in the fifth inning. Swings at the first pitch, grounds it to short. Andrus himself, and throws high into the dugout. So they get the runner at second, and Hafner then will head down to second with 1 out. So it looked like an easy, unassisted 6-3 double play developing, and it was not.
Well, that's the 15th error on Andrus, but, I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that. He just stepped on the bag and just let it go a little too early. I mean, it's a routine play. He beats Omar to the bag, and he just went sidearm. wanted to jump over it, and Blaylock way over his head into the dugout, so Hafner will go to second. Fielder's choice and the error.
First error of the night for either side, so Hafner now in scoring position with one out. And strike one to Luis Valbuena, who doubled with the bases loaded to drive in two in that big third inning. 1 for 1 tonight. He's also walked, so a productive night thus far for Luis Valbuena at the plate. There's Hafner at second. As Nippert steps off. That pitch down low, 1-1. Check out the numbers on Valbuena for players that have had less than 250 at-bats. Now, Gordon Beckham's making a case for Rookie of the Year.
There's no doubt. He'll probably win. I mean, if he continues to go. But Valbuena's got a little sock in that bat. I mean, that ball jumps off his bat.
Jumps off it there to right, but it's going to stay in the ballpark. Hamilton will make the catch in front of the warning track. Tagging his Hafner. Look at this throw. It's going to be cut off. Pretty good one by Hamilton, but Hafner still able to get into third as that ball was pretty deep by Valbuena. So 2 outs here in the fifth. Hafner at third, and we go back to the SDO studios for another Ford update from Dave Chudowski. What's happening now, Dave?
All right, Al, thanks a lot. We're going to go to Minnesota, the Royals and the Twins. Twins struggling of late, not helping themselves out tonight as the Royals score 4 in the first. That's Alex Gordon with a ground rule double. That makes it 4-0. It's 4-1 now. Back to you.
Dave, thanks. So when you take a look at the American League Central, Rick, boy, even the teams that are on top, I mean, the Minnesota Twins are below 500, and they're still in the race.
Yeah, they're 3 under 500. They're, 5 back? It's a really bad division this year.
Shopik fouls that one away.
Nobody has consistently, played well. When you look at the record of the Central Division, it's just, they're lucky they're in the Central. Detroit 59 and 52, 7 games over, .532 winning percentage. Of course, the Yankees have 69 wins. The Angels have 66, leading the other 2 divisions. Big difference.
Sure is. Shopik now quickly down 0-2. He singled and struck out in his previous 2 at-bats.
Well, and you look at the Central, not one team is over 500 on the road. That's where Detroit has played the best, is at home. They've been very, very good at home.
Meanwhile, Shopik is down on 3 pitches, so he's the 8th strikeout victim of the night for Nippert. But through 5, the Indians lead it 5-0. Progressive Field, the Indians behind a 5-run third inning have a 5-0 lead for Aaron Laffey. We've talked about Laffey getting better as the games have gone on recently, and tonight is no exception to that. He's retired 9 of his last 11, and he's also been economical. Aaron Laffey threw 17 pitches in the first inning. He has not thrown more pitches per inning the rest of the way. 72 total there, as you see. And zeros in the run column. He's walked 3, only struck out 1, but Rick, pitch to contact. Laffey has done that, and for the most part, the Rangers really haven't gotten much solid contact off him.
No, he's again, Aaron Laffey's doing what he's very capable of doing. He's following up his last start against the Twins, and for whatever reason, we told you he's very good at home here. He is 3-0 this year with a 186. He loves this ballpark.
Sure does.
It's always nice when your comfort zone is at home, where mostly, I mean, the Indians, they hit better and they play better, it seems, offensively on the road than they do at home.
Right. 1-1 to Andrew Jones, who leads off the 6th inning here. Jones 0 for 1 with the walk tonight. Hitting in the cleanup spot. Set a pitch inside. And you've got to feel this Texas lineup is definitely missing guys like Nelson Cruz and Ian Kinsler.
Well, Ian Kinsler, one of the best leadoff hitters in the game.
Right.
He's got the hamstring injury, and he'll be back after this series. But, you're missing a couple of key pieces. But they still have a very good offense. Yeah. That's to take nothing away from Aaron Laffey or anybody. They still went into Anaheim. They won 2 out of 3 there against a ball club. And Texas is doing it a little differently this year than they have in the past, pitching-wise. They got Maddox. They brought him over. Nolan Ryan made it a point to do something about his pitching in the offseason. He recruited Maddox over there from Milwaukee as a pitching coach. He's done a nice job. And, their closer's been on the DL. Look at that.
Strike 3 to Andrew Jones, who is already walking to first base. Now he can take a right turn and head to the dugout. Second strikeout of the night for Aaron Laffey, and 1 away here in the 6th inning.
He's thrown, I think most strikeouts have been that breaking ball away. Look at that's a very nice pitch. You give up on it as a right-hander, you can't. Now you see Laffey, for me, has the best breaking ball between Sowers and Huff and Laffey. He can control that breaking ball. Those other guys, if they can get a breaking ball like that, they can be as effective.
Yep.
But Laffey has got the best breaking ball out of the 3, and he's got a little sink to his fastball.
And he sure pitches well with the lead. Boy, they gave him that 5-run lead. He said, I'm going after everybody, and broke Josh Hamilton's bat, but he still got a single.
It's okay. Ground balls, when you're a sinker ball pitcher, they find holes.
Time now for the recap. Brought to you by the Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. For a dealer near you, visit buyatoyota.com. Hafner there to make it 2-0. Valbuena a double with the bases loaded, makes it 4-0. And then Trevor Crow with the sacrifice fly coming up here to make it 5-0. All 5 Indians runs right here in the 3rd inning tonight. So 5-0 here in the 6th. 1 out, runner on first base. And now Hank Blaylock swinging and missing.
This guy, he never leaves anything in the bag. He brings it out and he swings as hard as he can every time.
Does not get cheated.
No, he does not.
And a rare triple, especially as you talked about, Rick. This is not a triples ballpark. But Shin-Soo Choo made a good effort for the ball in the gap. Couldn't quite come up with it. And then he and Sizemore got a little tangled up. So Blaylock just kept going to third for the stand-up triple last time he was up.
Well, this is the Texas team. It's tough to get them to ground into double plays. They're last in the league. They've only hit into 58 because they swing through too many pitches, and they go for the fences. They hit a lot of balls in the air.
And it appears Blaylock's definitely going for the fences in this at-bat. It's now 1-2 for the Texas first baseman. Hank Blaylock homered on Saturday night. That was his 150th of his career. So he swings and
that's trouble.
Lifts that one to shallow left center, but getting out there quickly is shortstop.
No, that's Peralta.
Well, that is Peralta.
Peralta. You know what? They had
the shift on.
Yes,
You're
they
right.
did. They had the shift on. So, well, Peralta a shortstop in his day, now playing third, made that play. And if you're traveling, you can always catch the Tribe games on your computer with MLB.tv. It's the ultimate baseball experience featuring 100 live out-of-market games per week, plus on-demand games. For full details, visit Indians.com, where baseball is always on.
So now David Murphy, with the runner aboard and 2 outs here in the 6th inning. He'll look at a ball. Murphy 1 for 2 with a single in the 2nd inning. And a short hop line drive out in the 4th with Blaylock on 3rd and 1 out. And Blaylock had a hold as Valbuena trapped that one and was able to get Murphy for the out. Hold Blaylock at 3rd, and then the Rangers didn't score him. There's a good pitch for Laffey. 86th pitch of the night for Aaron Laffey. 54 now for strikes. So looks like if he can get out of this inning without any further damage, could go another inning, possibly 2 here tonight. Good pitch there on the outside corner. And Rick, if you can deliver those fastballs to the outside corner and still pitch inside, that makes you awfully tough to hit against when you got those working.
When a pitcher can use 17 to 19 inches of the plate, the plate's only 17 inches wide. When he can just pitch off the outside and throw strikes to the inside, boy, it's a long day for hitters. Because they can't cheat and just cut the plate in half and look at one half of the plate. And if it's away, go that way or cheat on you. They have to respect the whole plate. That's the key to pitching.
Now, Laffey's done that here tonight. Murphy fouls that one away.
We'll take care of some birthday wishes. Molly Donahue turning 46 today. Molly, happy birthday to you. Ray Sikorsky of Berea is turning 82 today. Ray, happy birthday to you. June Radka of Massillon is 80. And we have a few more to follow.
2-2 again to Murphy as he reaches out and fouls that one away. Nice job by Murphy on those last 2 pitches.
But that's what you have to do when the guy's proven he can throw that pitch away as a hitter. Even if it's 2 inches off the plate, you've got to foul it off to stay alive. He did. That was a good job offensively just to stay alive for another pitch.
So Murphy trying to hang in there against Aaron Laffey. He's thrown a shutout through 5 2/3 innings here tonight. Surrendered 5 hits. Breaking ball, a lazy pop. Cabrera makes the catch. Aaron Laffey, a shutout through 6. 5-0 Cleveland. inning on what's turned out to be a very nice night here in downtown Cleveland. Good night for the Indians as well. They lead at 5-0. All 5 runs coming in the third. And ball 1 is delivered to the Tribe leadoff hitter here in the 6th inning, Trevor Crow. It'll be hitters 8, 9, and 1, and Dustin Nippert still out there for the Rangers.
Well, he's really settled down after that 5-run third inning. His only bleep on the radar was he hit Johnny Peralta.
There he gets Crow to ground out to Vizquel. 1 out here in the 6th inning. Time once again to take a look at our Alltel text poll question. Text your answer to 31962. Of course, the results coming up in a couple of innings. Which newcomer do the Indians do you think to their lineup has impressed you the most? Torregas, Crow, Marte, or Valbuena? Text your answer 31962. Results coming up in a little bit. So 1 out here in the 6th inning for Andy Marte, and he takes strike 1 from Nippert on the breaking ball. Marte's been a strikeout victim his first 2 times up. High and tight there. 1-1 from Dustin Nippert, who now is throwing 98 pitches tonight, 65 for strikes. So, again, give him credit. 5 runs given up in the 3rd inning, but he's thrown some goose eggs up there in the 4th and 5th. Good pitch there to Marte. Now it's 1-2.
Well, you can see a career high, 8 punch-outs.
Looking for the 9th one here. Just missed on the outside corner. 2-2 now to Andy Marte. 1 out, nobody on here in the 6th inning. And there's strike 3. So Marte strikes out for the 3rd time tonight.
Yeah, the hat trick.
And that's Nippert's 9th strikeout of the evening. And each strikeout he gets from here on in, career high for him. Time now for the All Care Dental Indentures Smiling Easy Cam. Some smiling faces tonight in downtown Cleveland, enjoying the weather, enjoying the ball game. All Care Dental Indentures. We make seeing the dentist easy. Look at that camera lens. So 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Grady Sizemore looks at a strike. He'll bat for the 4th time tonight, but the first time in which he didn't lead off an inning. Led off the 1st, 3rd, and 4th tonight. Grady 1 for 3 with a single, a run scored, and a strikeout this evening. And quickly Nippert ahead of him, now 0-2.
Nippert has had a lot of counts where he's been ahead in the count.
Yep. There's been some
hitters. I mean, when they had their big inning, Grady got on. I'll tell you, this kid's been pretty darn good tonight.
That's strikeout number 10. Take away the 3rd inning and be a pitcher's duel. But the Indians with 5 runs in that 3rd. Go Tribe for details. And by AM/PM, too much good stuff. Look at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and now calm Lake Erie tonight. Indians ahead 5-0 as we go to the 7th inning. Aaron Laffey throwing a 5-hit shutout right now. Going to try and continue that trend against hitters 8, 9, and 1 for the Rangers. Jared Saltalamacchia, and then Elvis Andrus and Omar Vizquel. Strike one to Saltalamacchia. 0 for 1 tonight with a walk. It's just so much easier to pitch when you can get strike one.
Yeah, that is, you get a lot of pitching coaches say that's the key. Well, it's certainly a good start. Look at this.
Cabrera behind the bag. He got him at first base. What a play by Asdrubal Cabrera. That one was ticketed for center field, and Cabrera said no way.
The play itself, getting to it was one thing, but trying to make an accurate throw on the run heading away from first base is another. Watch this. He just flags it down. It takes 2 steps, and, boy, that ball is right there. What a nice play by Asdrubal. Very nicely done. Boy, you talk about being athletic. There you go.
Nice stretch by Andy Marte on the receiving end. So 1 out here in the 7th inning. Good defense behind Aaron Laffey tonight. And now Elvis Andrus. It's 1 for 2 with a single and strikeout.
16 of 27 first pitch strikes for Aaron tonight.
Pretty darn good. Aaron Laffey once again. He went 8 innings his last time out last Wednesday here at Progressive Field in a win over the Twins. And he has followed that up with another very impressive pitching performance this evening. Cabrera again. Can he make it 2 on the run?
Yes!
He got him! 2 in a row for Cabrera. Taking 2 would-be singles away, and now the Rangers disagree with this call. Gary Pettis, the first base coach, talking with the first base umpire, Rob Drake. Now Ron Washington out. We'll get another look at it.
Well, you knew it was going to be a little tougher because this kid can run a little bit better than the catcher. But it's almost like an instant replay, and he got the call. We'll get another look at it, but Washington wanted to come out and vent his frustration because it is a bang-bang play. But it's almost like an instant replay. This ball was down. He had to take one more little stutter step. And, boy, it's tough to tell from that angle.
Yeah, that was close.
That was bang-bang either way. He short-hopped it. One, it's going to come. Oh, man. You know what? That could have gone either way.
Yep.
And you know what? After you just made that play,
you're going to get the benefit of the doubt. You got it.
They could have called him safe, and he would have been safe. And I think he might have beat it.
I think you're right.
I think he might have just got that foot down before it closed. But it was really a close play and a good play. So they had a legitimate beef.
Yeah, looked from our third replay there, and a great job by the guys that can deliver those to us.
Yeah, now it went the Indians' way, no doubt about it. But the umpire doesn't have those 3 angles. He doesn't have the slow motion to look at. He's got to make his decision. First look, real speed.
1 and 2 on Vizquel, who grounds that foul outside the bag at third.
When you're pitching as well as Laffey's pitching, you get the breaks.
There you go. And 2, it seems that whenever there's a bounce on a throw that's a close play, that makes it even more difficult for the umpire at first.
Yeah, because you know why? You don't hear that ball going into the glove like you would.
Well, some will tell you, off the record, I don't have to tell you, they listen for sound.
Sure they
catch
do.
versus
they have
the
to
foot.
You can only look at one thing, and you got to hear for another.
Right.
Normally, when the throw's on the money, you can hear it hit the glove. That's why when it hits the dirt first, it may not get that sound that you hear.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, it was close. Bang, bang, could have called them safe, and you couldn't have lost.
Yeah.
Either way.
So meanwhile, Aaron Laffey just keeps mowing down Rangers. 2 outs, nobody on. 1-2 to Vizquel, who lines that one foul into the seats.
Finish up our birthdays. Dick Haven of Maumee is 78. Nick Messina of Cleveland turning 14 today. Dick and Nick, happy birthday.
Again, the 1-2.
Going for that little backdoor breaking ball again for the third time.
Laffey now at 103 pitches tonight, 68 for strikes. The 2-2 is lined to second. Valbuena tried to make a quick hop play there, but it scoots into center field for a base hit for Omar Vizquel, his second of the night.
That was a good at-bat by Omar. Hung in there. Once Laffey missed with that slider away. Let's take a look at the two plays. This one stays up with the catcher running. He's able to get it off in 2 steps. Now with Andrus running, he's going to take the 3rd step and not get it there. But bang, bang, both the same. It's close. What a 2 great plays.
And that's it for Aaron Laffey, as he will get the hook here in the 7th inning, but he'll leave with 6 2/3 innings of shutout baseball and a
great job.
Good ovation from the crowd here tonight. So we'll take a break as well. 5-0 Tribe. We'll tell you about the new Indians pitcher, Joe Smith, when we come back. I was. There's Aaron Laffey as you get a look at his line.
Another great start
tonight.
here. Another good one here at Progressive.
And one thing that line doesn't show you but was key tonight, Aaron was with Rangers batters 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position and only 1 for 9 with runners on base. New pitcher tonight for Texas here in the 7th, Doug Mathis.
Well, I will say this, too. Dustin Nippert, he hung in there after that 5-run third inning. He battled him, a career-high 10 punch-outs for Nippert.
Cabrera swings at the first pitch, sends it to left field. Should be an easy play for Murphy. He'll make the catch, 1 away here in the 7th inning. Let's take a look at the Mercedes attention assist of the game. Cabrera on the run.
Yes, indeed. We got a good look at it last inning. That's a very nice play. Moving to his left, having to throw, all in one motion. Terrific play.
So Cabrera retired for the 3rd time tonight. He sits down 1 for 4. Now Shin-Soo Choo is 1 for 2 with a single. He's hit by a pitch and scored a run in the 3rd inning. Struck out in the 4th. Left-handers batting .233 off Mathis this year. Now 1-1 to Shin-Soo Choo. 5-0 Tribe, all 5 runs coming in the 3rd inning. As the Indians try and win the opening game of this 3-game midweek series. Tomorrow night, game 2, 7:05 here on Sports Time Ohio. Then Thursday's a noon game. We'll have Indians on deck for you a half hour before to get you set. 2-2 now to Shin-Soo Choo. Ground that one to first. Laylock smothers it. 2 away. Time to take advantage of the Browns Family Value Pack. You'll get 4 preseason tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only $99. That's a $162 value. The Browns Family Pack is available for a limited time only. Call 440-824-3434 or visit clevelandbrowns.com to order yours. Browns season just around the corner. Of course, STO, your cable television home of the Browns.
Well, they kicked it off on Sunday night, first football game of the year, so here it is. No kidding.
Hard to believe it's here that quickly. Of course, some excitement with Eric Mangini.
I know what I was going to ask you. We're here at 12 o'clock. You going to be live here for the pregame, or are you going to be in the studio?
We talked about that, but looks like we're going to be in the
games,
studio.
I want you here. It's so nice. Day games. You have a chance to play with the kids. Can they start screaming? I'll tell you, I love day games here at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, day baseball during the week is always, it seems a little bit special.
Who'd you talk to? We got to
talk to Mike Bachman, my producer.
I'd like you over here.
Okay.
So much
I'm going to say, hey, Manning prefers that I'm here.
Well, he'll say, who? He's going to say, I don't care.
Wasn't that the quarterback for the Saints back in the 70s?
BTO?
Yes, BTO. You got it. That's his nickname. You're on top of things here.
You got that right.
Peralta with the 2-2 count here.
He'll be taking care of business, won't he?
Every day. Pitch low. Count goes full to Peralta with 2 outs and nobody on here in the 7th. Tonight's attendance, 21,870 on Dollar Dog Night. And our Dollar Dog meter on the scoreboard, Rick, has 28,355 Sugardale hot dogs sold.
Terrific.
That's a lot of hot dogs. Crowder to third on the run, and a nice play by Michael Young. He retires Peralta. Indians 3 up, 3 down in the 7th. We head to the 8th. 5-0 Tribe. 5-0, and what's turned out to be a very, very nice night for baseball. It was 74 degrees at first pitch.
Yeah.
Slight breeze blowing.
It's absolutely perfect. Over the weekend in Chicago, very hot and humid.
Yeah. You guys had a rough one up there with the humidity, huh?
It was very, yeah. Well, it was no different here, right?
No, it was pretty severe. Bird, Jones, and Hamilton for Texas in the 8th. Marlon Bird now with a 1-1 count. Or rather, make it 0-2. Beg your pardon. Tonight's scoreboard is brought to you by Coors Light. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Marlon Bird, who grew up in Atlanta, takes that pitch outside. Hank Aaron was a family friend. He idolized Dale Murphy growing up, and he wanted to wear Murphy's number 3. But he said, his quote was a pretty good one, because I was a big kid, I always got the double numbers.
Yeah, bigger, yeah. Well, to have a family friend, Hank Aaron, a family friend, what a guy to come over to the house, huh?
Yeah,
say hello.
1-2 here to Marlon Bird.
Did you know Hank Aaron was a big Browns fan?
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, he is. Always has been.
Good for him.
A huge Cleveland Browns fan. He used to come and sit in the dog pound.
Well, if you go around the country, and even though the Browns have been down the last 10 years since they've come back, there are more Browns fans outside of Cleveland, I think, than any other team has,
yes.
Barring the current, whoever the Super Bowl team is, or the current favorite. You know, the Cowboys obviously have a big following, but the Browns, it's really amazing. There's Browns backers all over the country. The 1-2 to Bird.
Ouch.
Yeah. Got some kindling there.
Yeah, you got to pick up the pieces.
So get a new bat. We'll take a look at this again.
That's the old sinker coming in, and I mean, right off his thumbs. Boy, you hate to waste a good bat like that. Normally, when you see that right-hander coming in like that, you go get your third bat. You know, you don't have broken in yet and save your gamer.
Right.
Because he's on an 11-game hitting streak, and that could come to an end here.
Yeah, he's 0 for 2 with the walk. He had a good pitch there, but he got a piece of it that almost looked like a rising pitch from Joe Smith. Is that
well, when he gets down and throws a slider, sometimes that's what it does. It spins and it goes up. You know, it's tough. You don't get up on top of it. It does look like it rises.
So 1-2 once again to Bird. Smith gets it right back. Throw him out at first base. Bird hustled, made it close. But he's the first out of the 8th inning for the Rangers.
Well, next Thursday, when the Indians return, they'll take on the Seattle Mariners. It's student ID night, so bring your ID, receive half off upper reserved, upper box, lower reserved, or bleacher tickets. Visit an Indians team shop or Indians.com, because can you believe it? School's going to be starting here shortly, too.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Kids in my neighborhood getting a last chance at summer out there riding the bikes today and skateboards with ramps. Figuring better get it in. A couple of more weeks.
You were out there with them, too, weren't you?
No. Yeah, me on a skateboard on a ramp is not a good combination.
Extreme Al.
I tried ice skating once. I was great getting the speed up, but I had no idea how to stop. I kept hitting the boards. Strike one there to Andrew Jones.
That's
That was one way to stop. Yeah. Jones 0 for 2 tonight. Walk back in the first inning. Joe Smith in a groove here out of the pen.
There's Al. That was Al last night on the off day.
Yeah,
there he goes.
Yeah, I didn't have my
what, are you on the
traction
roof
on.
somewhere?
Over there by the rock hall. They've got that skate park there.
Did you have your helmet on and your pads?
And I got that extra hair because, you got to have long hair to be a skateboarder.
You're a mullet.
So yeah, I got that. So I was all set. Oh, man. That was good. I mean, I tell you, we can't get anything by the guys on this show.
Well, they caught you.
They've got a library.
BTO
that is
sent that camera.
He did. Between the innings, we got a text from my producer, said we'll be here Thursday just because you requested it.
Rightfully so. You should be. It's a day game.
I tell you
Get
what.
outside in the summertime.
Shows you the kind of pull Rick Manning has here. He just simply requests a pregame show, and happens just like that.
Taking care of business.
Absolutely. Just like BTO. One out here in the 8th inning. Nobody on for the Rangers. 5-0 Tribe. And Andrew Jones, a strikeout victim, is Joe Smith with a good breaking ball there. 2 away. Let's go back to the studios now. An update with Dave Chudowski at our Ford Sports Update desk. Not on skateboarding, though.
Oh, that's for sure, Al. Let's go to Boston as the Red Sox. Mike Lowe goes fishing. It goes over the monster. That gives the Sox a 6-3 lead. It's now in the 6th inning. Hey, how would 10 games back sound, guys? Could happen.
Well, Dave, you're right. If Boston keeps going the way they are, as they lead Detroit tonight. As Josh Hamilton swings and misses. 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Strike 1 to Hamilton. Joe Smith going to work against the lefty here.
Smitty's got a good slider tonight.
And he's throwing 10 straight strikes now.
Very nice.
Make it 11. So 16 pitches tonight, 14 of them for strikes, Rick.
Well, that is the key. This is a guy that, I mean, when they originally got him, was to match up against right-handers. But, boy, when he's throwing this many strikes, you have to love it.
And Hamilton takes advantage there. So he lines the 0-2 pitch right back up the middle for a base hit.
One too many strikes, but left-handers are always going to give him problems.
So Hamilton aboard, the Rangers' 7th hit of the night. 2 outs in the 8th inning. And Eric Wedge going to go and get Joe Smith. Pretty good outing for Smith, though, and now the lefty Tony Sipp will be coming on. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll tell you more about Tony Sipp. 5-0 Tribe with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Ballpark.
Oh, I thought he was coming in to pitch.
Oh, yeah, well, he's got that slider, as they say. Meanwhile, speaking of sliders, here's Tony Sipp, the new pitcher for the Indians, the left-hander this year. Some pretty good numbers, especially the opposing average.
Well, Tony's a guy, when he comes in, again, he's a matchup left-hander. That's why they recalled Perez, but Perez is a guy, Rafael I'm talking about, that, you know, left-handers have killed him this year. So if Sipp can match up against left-handers and do a good job, this is the perfect time of the game for him.
2 lefties and a switch hitter coming up here. Hank Blaylock, David Murphy, and then Jared Saltalamacchia. Hank Blaylock tonight, 1 for 3 with a triple, though he died at third base back in the 4th inning. Sipp starts him off with a strike. 2 outs, runner on first. Indians scored all their runs in the 3rd. They lead it 5-0. Good pitch by Sipp just off the plate. So 1-1 now to Hank Blaylock. A 1-2 as Blaylock fouls that one away.
And a fine kick save by Shoppett coming off the screen.
Tony Sipp hasn't allowed a run in his last 5 appearances. Covers 3 2/3 innings. Struck out 3 during that time and surrendered only 1 hit. 1-2 to Blaylock. Check swing.
Did you? Oh.
It's close, but Tony Randazzo says he checked in time. So 2-2 now to Hank Blaylock. Let's take another look at it.
Well, it looked like he checked. He got out there, and he wanted to. I'll give it to him.
Yep, pulled the hands through, but kept the bat head back, so that was the key.
There have been times, though, that has been called.
Up high, so a full count now to Blaylock. With 2 outs, Josh Hamilton will be moving on the pitch. There's David Murphy. He would be next. Blaylock hits that one off the handle, foul, and into the seats. Rangers with no runs tonight, 7 hits and an error. They've left 8 on base. The Indians with 5 runs on 6 hits. Haven't committed an error, have only left 5 stranded. So Ron Washington looks on, looking for some runs here in the 8th. Again, the payoff pitch to Blaylock. Lines that one to the shift. There's Cabrera. Makes another great play. Blaylock's out, and Cabrera putting on a clinic on the infield. 5-0 Tribe as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning here at Progressive Field. The 8th inning. It'll be Travis Hafner to lead it off. He'll be followed by Luis Valbuena and Kelly Shopik. Hitters 5, 6, and 7 in the lineup tonight. And Travis Hafner looks at ball 1 from Mathis, working in his 2nd inning of relief for Texas. Three up, 3 down, 7th inning for Mathis. Now 2-0 to Pronk. Hafner with the ground out, a single. He reached on an error in the 5th inning. It's the 4th time he's been at the plate tonight, and now it's 3-0. Doug Mathis delivers a strike there to make it 3-1. So the Tribe trying to start this series off with a win. They've won 5 of their last 6 series in the last 3 in a row. Hafner hits that one foul and into the seats. So now a full count. And Rick, they had a good second half. The Indians did in 2008. The second half of 2009 thus far has been good as well.
It's been very good.
And what does that do for a ball club when you can build some momentum here in the last couple of months?
Well, right now, these guys are young guys are getting a chance. They've traded everybody away, and again, for the second straight year.
So drive to center field. Bird back on the track. He reaches up and makes the catch for one out as Travis Hafner gave it a ride, but Bird tracked it down. Now, you want to talk about defense tonight. Asdrubal Cabrera making some real nice plays here.
He's had a terrific night defensively. A couple of balls in the one inning going to his left and making beautiful throws. Gets a good break here. Marte picks it. And this one right here, they tried to thread the needle, but to no avail. Everything going to his glove side. Very nicely done.
Mike Simon, Steve Bardo putting that package together. Doing great work as always. 5-0 Tribe here in the 8th. One out. And an 0-1 count to Luis Valbuena. Now 1-1. You know, Luis Valbuena for that stretch, Rick, where the Indians faced 9 left-handers in a row. Didn't get a lot of reps. Finally now some righties on the hill, so we're seeing more of Luis.
Well, you know, he did play in that a couple of times against the lefties.
It's a pop out that Blaylock records in foul territory for 2 outs. And let's check our poll results. Courtesy of Alltel, which newcomer to the Indians lineup has impressed you the most? It's been Valbuena at 44%. Trevor Crow, second most at 33%. Thanks for voting. We'll, of course, have another poll question for you tomorrow when the Indians take on the Rangers at 7:05 here on STO. So Valbuena retired on the pop out. He's 1 for 3 tonight with a double and a couple of RBIs back in the 3rd inning. And now Kelly Shopping will bat with 2 outs and nobody on here in the 8th inning. Kelly 1 for 3 tonight with a single and a couple of strikeouts. Indians with that big 3rd inning, scoring 5 runs, and other than that, it's been the Tribe pitching staff tonight too. Aaron Laffey with a solid start, 6 2/3 innings, 6 hits, no runs, 3 walks, and a strikeout. Then Joe Smith and Tony Sipp have followed, continuing the shutout streak. And there's some action in the Indians' bullpen. Jensen Lewis, one of those players. I don't know if he's just getting some work, or we'll see him in the 9th inning. 2-1 now to Kelly Shopping. Now 3-1 to the Tribe catcher. See Jensen Lewis, Chris Perez, the other Indian righty. Now, at least one of those guys is just getting some work, maybe both. We'll see. Now a full count to Kelly Shopping. Fouled away again by Shopping. The Tribe is trying to win 7 of their last 10 here tonight. The last 9 games they've played have come against AL Central foes. Here this evening, of course, against the American League West, trying to win their first game against Texas this year.
Yeah, it's been they opened the year against the Rangers, the first 3 games.
Strikeout for Kelly Shopping. 11th strikeout of the night for Indians hitters. But the Tribe has a 5-0 lead as we head to the 9th here on STO. The Indians lead the Rangers 5-0. Some of the fans, I guess, already feeling confident heading out there. As you check some of the fans enjoying the game here tonight, as it's been a real good one for Tribe fans. Nice night for a ball game.
Been a beautiful night all the way around. Gorgeous weather, a good ball, well-pitched ball game by Aaron Laffey.
Nearly 22,000 here tonight, taking advantage of the nice night.
One big inning by the offense in the third.
Sometimes that's all it takes. That's what the Indians are hoping tonight. Tony Sipp stays in there in the ninth. He'll face the bottom third of the Rangers' order as David Murphy leads it off. Takes ball one. He'll be followed by Jared Saltalamacchia and then Elvis Andrus. Now 2-0 to David Murphy. Left fielder tonight for the Rangers. There's a strike. Hey, don't forget to check out the STO Tee It Up Ohio Golf Tourney. Jimmy Hanlon, Mike Cairns. The inaugural one happens on August 27th at Stonewater in Highland Heights.
Beautiful.
Well, what a great deal that is. As Murphy swings and misses for just $110. You can enjoy golf at one of the East Side's premier golf courses. Lunch, dinner, prizes, gifts, and a pre-golf clinic. Tournaments presented by GolfNow.com. You can register. Visit GolfNow.com or TeeItUpOhio.com.
Clinics put on by Jimmy, right?
Not
going to
show you the long
Cairns.
drive. Yeah. You definitely want Jimmy. As Tony Sipp put on a clinic here to David Murphy. Strike three. As that's the fourth strikeout for Indians pitching tonight. And speaking of clinics, how about our performance of the game? Let's take a look at it. Brought to you by your Northern Ohio Buick Pontiac GMC. Performance of the game, it's Aaron Laffey.
Absolutely. Aaron Laffey, again, just 6 hits in his 6 2/3 innings. Did not allow a run. As a starter, his ERA is 3.16, and at home, just 1.26.
So Laffey, another fine outing tonight for the Tribe. Stands to get the victory. The Indians are 2 outs away from that. Sipp now will face the switch hitter, Jared Saltalamacchia. And tonight, for one of the few times in his career, has not done damage to the Tribe. Batting .385 lifetime against the Indians, .429 this year. But tonight he's only 0 for 2 with a walk. There's a strike from Sipp, 1-1 now. Tony Sipp, another young pitcher for the Indians that in his rookie season this year has done a nice job. And the more we've seen of Tony Sipp, the more comfortable he appears on that mound.
Well, he's got good stuff.
We're swinging a miss as Saltalamacchia went up high to swing at that one. Now 1-2. Don't forget to stick around after the game for the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show. Dave Chanowski will take you around the majors, show you what else happened tonight. Did Detroit lose to Boston? He'll let you know. Plus, of course, we'll have highlights from tonight's game and a post-game interview. We'll talk pitching on that first segment tonight, so stay tuned after the game. Swing and a miss, Tony Sipp. Second consecutive strikeout here in the ninth. 2 away. It's Mr. Sipp dealing here for the Tribe.
Well, if you are into baseball, you can come on out and enjoy Cleveland Indians Fantasy Camp out in Goodyear, Arizona, the 16th through the 23rd of January. It is a great time, all-inclusive week. A lot of baseball and a lot of fun had by all. A memory of lifetimes. Come on out.
I've got to get out to that sometime, Rick. I've been occupied with college basketball, but if I wasn't, I'd be there. Maybe you could teach me something, too.
I sure would.
I bet you'd enjoy that.
I sure would.
0-1 to Elvis Andrus as Tony Sipp tries to strike out the side here in the ninth inning. He's gotten the first 2 batters, and now he's 0-2 to Elvis Andrus, the rookie. Crowd comes to its feet as the Indians look to shut out the Rangers. The 0-2 pitch from Tony Sipp. At about 59 feet. 1-2 now. Boy, the pitching the Indians have gotten here after the All-Star break has been very good.
Spectacular.
It's continued here tonight. Tribe looking for another shutout. The pitch. Andrus got just enough of it. It's foul at the plate.
Almost looks like Shopik wants to kick it back into fair territory. Look at him.
Wanted to cut him down at first. tried to get it. He hopped up out of the box there. He said,
kick it into fair territory.
Kelly Shopping, good game behind the plate tonight. Once again, the 1-2 pitch to Elvis Andrus. That's inside. 2-2. We'll do it again tomorrow night, 7:05 here at Progressive Field. Matt will be back with you. I'll have the pregame show, Indians on deck, at 6:30. Then on Thursday, the series wraps up at 12:05.
With the pregame show out here.
Right here at 11:30. You got it. Still 2-2 to Elvis Andrus. Just 20 years old. Says he misses mom's cooking most of all from back home.
But I understand that, huh?
He loves the ball fields here in America versus his homeland. Again, Tony Sipp with the 2-2. Strike three. Sipp strikes out the side. The Indians shut out the Rangers. Game over. 5-0 the final. So the Indians continue their hot play of late as they shut out Texas tonight.